Okay, I actually think I am live. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. Using a little headset thing. I am here in California. I'm in Ontario, California, not to be confused with Ontario, Canada. It's like 40, 50 miles outside of LA, I think, somewhere in that area. Anyway, I'm here for a conference and I just wanted to touch base because I promised you guys that I would actually be touching base once or twice a week as I don't have time lately to be scheduling, and editing proper vlogs the way that I normally do or have been doing for the last 2 years. So here's just something that was on my mind. And by the way, let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I'm really hoping that this headset is connected, but YouTube Live doesn't seem to be telling me anything. So, um, like, give me a thumbs, like the video, give me a thumbs up, or give me a comment if you can hear what I'm saying right now. Much appreciated. So, anyway, I went to yeah. So I get yesterday. I was on the shuttle. I get into the shuttle from the airport to the hotel, and there's like 7 or 8 passengers. We're all like crammed into this little shuttle, and the driver as we start going, the shuttle driver, he goes, "Okay, I've got a joke for you." And we were all kind of like, "Huh? What?" Like we had all just gotten off of a 5 hour flight, and 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 he goes, "What did one plate say to the other plate? Dinner's on me." And we all laughed because we were exhausted and we appreciated that he was trying to pass the time, It was cute. It was cute. And then he goes, "All right, I've got another one." And we were like, "Huh? What? Okay." He goes, "Why did the man get fired from the orange juice factory? Because he had a lack of concentration." And this woman in front of me, this middle-aged woman, she goes, "Oh, groan." Like she actually said groan. And we all laughed because again, it was kind of cute and it was passing the time and it was like fine, I appreciate it. And he goes, "All right, I've got another one." And it was kind of like, "Wait, seriously though?" And he kept doing it. He told bad joke after bad joke after bad joke after bad joke for the entire 25 minute shuttle ride. And what was so frustrating about that is that what started off as cute and an appreciated, kind of a break, what really started off as something that felt like he was, doing it for us, it quickly became obvious that it wasn't for us. It was for him. Because eventually we all stopped laughing, but he didn't notice we weren't laughing because he wasn't listening. He wasn't listening at all. He was just telling his bad jokes and letting us keep going. And I have a feeling that nobody can hear me right now, but I guess we'll find out in a little bit. And it just it reminded me of how easy it is to fall into shtick. That there's nothing wrong with memorizing conversation starters if you need to learn how to connect with people or break the ice. But once you have started your conversation, once you've used one of the memorized conversation starters, then stay present. Listen to what people are saying. Respond to them. Be in the moment. Ask meaningful and relevant questions. Thanks, Derek. Glad you can hear the sound. Okay. Ask meaningful and relevant questions. If you continue on with your memorized, it's like every time I get interviewed as a magician where they'll an interviewer will ask me a question like, "How did you get into magic?" And I'll go into this really meaningful story, like to me it's really meaningful, about how I started. And I used to visit my grandparents in Long Island with my dad. We would drive from Buffalo or take the train from Buffalo to Long Island, and we would go there, and my grandfather and I would sit in front of the tiny little TV with our noses glued to it, watching the magicians, and he'd teach me how to do card tricks. I go into this whole thing. Now, I've told this story a million times, but out of respect for a journalist who has to ask me that question, how did you get into magic? I go into it as if it's the first time I've ever told it. I really try to live it for them. And I'll finish telling this whole story, and then the interviewer will go, "Okay, so who is your favorite magician?" They'll just ask their next question that they always planned on asking. as if they weren't listening to anything I just said. And it's just, it so takes you out of the moment. It so breaks the potential connection that you have. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you're just getting your answers for the article. And we need to be, this is what that shuttle driver was doing with his jokes, bad joke after bad joke after bad joke. It wasn't the fact that the jokes were bad that was so frustrating. It was the fact that after telling one or even two to kind of break the ice, then he didn't switch and ask anybody, ask any of us, so how was your flight? What are you here for? Anything that would have involved and engaged us in a human way. So that's what's been on my mind. Just a reminder for me and for everybody else to stay present, stay engaged. It goes a long way in conversations with strangers, but equally, if not more importantly, with people that we already know, our friends and family who we spend so much time with, and we kind of start to run out of things to talk about. Oh, hey, how you been? Oh yeah, it's good. How's the kids? Oh, the kids are good. You know, let's make a better effort. Having said all that, yeah, so I'm in California, and then I will be in Vancouver next week, keynoting a conference, which is very exciting. I've been working for months on this conference, working directly with the CEO, which is very unusual. It's a global tech company, and I've been working like one on one with the CEO, and usually, hey, hello, welcome. Usually, when I am working with, a conference, spending 3, 4, 6, 8, 9 months sometimes to get ready for one of these big speeches, it's not the CEO, it's the meeting planner, it's the head of marketing, it's the conference chair. The CEOs usually don't get involved in the nitty gritty, but it was such a great experience to be able to sit down with the CEO, shake his hand, look him in the eye, and listen to what he had to say. Because sometimes you don't know if what you've been asked to come talk about for a conference, the conference theme is connection. So they found my TED Talk and they want to hire me, which happens a lot. You don't know if it's just kind of a buzzword for them this year, like a mission statement for this year, or if they actually mean it. But working with the CEO directly for a conference this big, for a company this big, and listening to how he talked about their company and what he believes is their potential in the world and how much he cares about his employees and his partners and his customers and his clients. It was really meaningful, and it puts even more pressure on me to really nail it, to help him achieve exactly what he's trying to achieve with this conference. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm up to. I don't know if this is a good format to stay in touch with you guys since I don't have time to do the edited vlogs for the next couple of months. But if it is worth doing, I will continue doing it. I have to get the hang of going live and not these carefully curated, edited vlog style videos. Hopefully, I was coherent and making sense here. Some very exciting things on the horizon. Obviously, as most of you know, the book, my first book, Three New People, just came out a week ago. We had a great, successful launch week. It's been very, very exciting. You can go to threenewpeople.com to grab a copy if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Everybody who already bought one, thank you for that. I care much less about, I mean, I'm not making any money like selling these books. I care more about the fact that people are reading it than I do about making any money from it. So the profit margin is so small, it's ridiculous. But having said that, thank you to everybody who already bought it. And for those of you who haven't, I think you'll really enjoy it. On that note, I am, like so many YouTubers, going to start shifting over into podcasting. I am launching a companion podcast to the book in hopefully January. And I will update you in the next few weeks, probably somewhere in December, actually. I'll update you on exactly what the podcast is. I'm trying to start recording episodes for over the next 6 weeks with the first 5 or 6 guests so that when I launch, I'm able to launch an episode every 2 weeks for the first, couple of months and not get behind. So I want to make sure I have a backlog of episodes up there. Anyway, thanks so much for sticking with me, and always remember that our world is a shared experience. Have a great day.